Hi everyone, it's Dr. Marco. Welcome to this week's health tip. So I'm reaching out to all of our patients, but even to the public now, because we're doing a bit of a data collection study on a product that I've mentioned a couple of other times and some of my patients know about it, but I want everybody to kind of know about it because I think it's going to have some pretty dramatic impact on a lot of people that are suffering from something that up until now there really isn't a good sort of a root cause solution to. So I'm talking about neuropathy. So neuropathy means any kind of damage to nerves, and usually in this case we're talking about peripheral neuropathy, so nerves controlling hands and usually more often the feet. And when those nerves get damaged, and there's a lot of different things that can cause the damage, from diabetes to viruses to mechanical compression from the spine, all sorts of things. So there's lots of different causes that could be pushing people to have this problem. But the consequences of having it really can be pretty devastating on quality of life. So there's different types of nerves that can be affected. If it's affecting like sensation nerves, very often they're having things like, they feel like pins and needles, they're walking on like thumbtacks, they feel like there's burning in their extremities, they can't have like the sheet over top of their feet because it just kills them. Tingling sensation, shooting pains going up from the feet into the legs and even into the body. Same thing with the hands, sensitivity to touch things. They feel like they're walking on funny surfaces. Just a lot of really disarming and kind of very quality of life devastating sort of issues, and it's not very comfortable to have that kind of thing. If it's affecting motor nerves, those are the ones that would be controlling muscles. Some people might see like atrophy or weakening of some of the muscles. Some people might have twitching, spasms going on, and it might actually eventually start causing like a balance and stability issues, difficulty like putting buttons on a shirt, that kind of thing. And if it's affecting what we call your autonomic nerves, that's so affecting inside the body, the autonomic nerves can have challenges like with your digestion, slowing down digestion, it can have blood pressure issues and a lot of different things. So what's happening is they already did a research study on this with people with diabetic peripheral neuropathy, and they were using the nerves in the eyes on the cornea because they when somebody has neuropathy, those nerves show retrograde degeneration, like they get smaller over time. Healthy population, that might increase a little bit, but the people that were specifically taking this product in a specific way for a year showed a double-digit increase in nerve length. So that actually showed that the nerves were actually regenerating. And so I was really excited to get this and to bring it out. So we wanted to do some data collection. We're basically the first sort of healthcare office in all of Canada that we're coordinating with the company that makes the product to have like a data collection so we can see how quickly it's working, what kind of changes people are noticing in what time frame. So we're just doing like a field study to collect data because we already know it does what it does from the research study, but we're just seeing the kind of effects in the real world, like common big people coming into our offices around the globe, sort of thing. So we're designed like a 90-day trial that we're going to be collecting data. So we just have like a specific neuropathy questionnaire that people will fill out, 0 to 5, kind of thing on different parameters that we're measuring. They fill us out at the start. They take the product, so this is the product, it's called AUUM. So this would be like squirting under the tongue, holding it there for 30 to 45 seconds to allow these special essential oils to get into the brain and get into the body and do what it needs to do. So they would be taking about 3 of these a month. And so they were taking the exact same amount that they were taking in the research study. So the people fill us out at the beginning, fill it out after month 1, after month 2, and after month 3, and then we'll just collect the data. And I was really excited to kind of get this thing going, and I had one of my patients, she's been coming for a long time, but she had a very, very specific, really sort of quality of life damaging issue with mainly her legs, but a little bit in her hands. And she'd been going, she'd been getting chiropractic care for years, and we helped, a fair bit for her quality of life, but specifically that issue. Nighttime she can't have things around her feet. Her feet turn like eggplant purple or really deep red and burning pain. Can't have anything over top of them. They're off the edge of the bed at nighttime. Sometimes she's got fans on them at night. These kind of things keeping her up. Shocking shooting pains coming up from her feet. Sometimes just like a wrong touch on one of her toes could send like a shooting pain right up into her body. She's had that for decades. And she's been all around the block, done a lot of treatments for neuropathy. She's done laser and all those kind of vibration plates and all that kind of stuff, and nothing really changed anything. And she wasn't really sure what she had, and over the time I was kind of looking it up more and more, and we basically figured out that she has something called erythromelalgia, which is a very kind of specific thing that they say there is no cure for, but I wanted her to take this as my first person because I was excited to kind of get it to her. And so when she started taking it, already within the first like 5 or 6 days of taking it, she said that there was better sleep at night, little less burning, those shocking shooting pains have decreased substantially, and she's only been taking like a month and a half now or something like that. So, you know, I said if it has a big impact on her, it's pretty much going to be helping anybody else. So that anybody that has this problem. So this is a really big issue, especially, you know, if you're thinking about the diabetic population that's losing the limbs and stuff like that because of this degeneration in the nerves, that they're, you know, the body part is just kind of going to heck sort of thing. And so, you know, there's a lot of people, this could help, like anybody in the chiropractic, you know, coming for chiropractic, people are coming for things like shooting pains and tingling and burning and that kind of stuff. And pretty much anybody that has sort of stuff that's related to their nerve system, I just know that this has a great integrity to help the surrounding of the nerves. Basically, the nerve fibers can be helped substantially by taking this product because it is an essential oil in a special way, made in a specific way that makes it different than like typical omegas and fish oils and things like that. And I've talked about that in other videos, which you can go look for. So I'm looking for people in the public. You don't have to be my patient. You can just come and we can just, you know, get you on the product, and you just sign the paperwork, and then you do go through the study, and you'll help us collect the data, and then we can kind of put it all together and see what kind of changes, how quickly, how often, what are the big areas that change the most, that kind of thing. So we're really looking forward to helping a lot of people with this. But I say, but millions of people are suffering from this problem. So if you know anybody like that would like help with this and like to help us collect some data on this study, we'd like to help them too. So just contact our office, reply to the email, share the email, share the video obviously, because we want as many people to help us with this as possible. So that's your help tip for this week, and we shall see you next time.